Zooey Mama. Here we go again, kids. We meet again. Alright. Got the music at a good level, as usual. Let me know if the mix is off to like last year. So that's pretty decent right there. Okay. Here we go again. No vacation for me this time, so should be here for the whole playoffs. The watch is about to die. How about that? Thought you guys needed to know that. Let's get this preview on the road. Kick off the 2055. We're halfway through the 2050s. Pretty crazy stuff going on. We got a game 163 this morning where the Dodgers took out the Rangers by pulling up a AAA bum, let's be honest. So let's start with them, as they are going to take on the 1 seed 105 win, the Mariners. Let's take a look at the season series between them. Seattle is up 3-1 in the season series. Let's just go to LA. We'll do Los Angeles first. On the pitching side, unfortunately, their best pitcher is out. Casey Fauché went down near the end of the year, about a month ago, which is going to leave them without a quote-unquote ace in the postseason. Although I hope we see McFutz. I don't see him. See Julius Poole though, former Cascade. Let's see. Next up is, I guess that means their ace is probably going to be Keelan Mason. Hunter Wade. It's nothing to sneeze at, I don't think, but he sure ain't what he used to be. That's for sure. On the batting side, without a shadow of a doubt, Matt Weber. Heck of a year, 27 years old, in his prime, 7th round pick from 2050. Looks like he signed a deal. Let's see what this deal is. Pretty good deal. 4, 7, 10, 12. I mean, that's what? 33 mil, and you already got 6.3 WAR. I don't know, when did he sign this contract? Sign prior to this season. So yeah, I think it's already worth it. 6.3 WAR for 33 mil. He could literally get no extra WAR for the next 3 years, and I mean, you'd be mad, but it'd still be pretty valuable. Pretty crazy looking guy. 51 dingers in the Pacific, by the way, which has some pretty cavernous ballparks. Looks like he did what he did last year, just better. Hit more dingers, stole a few more bags, walked a little more. How's his left field defense? Yeah, perfectly good. Oh, baby. Alright, they're going to take on the Mariners. Who do we not talk about on the Mariners? That's the question. Of course, Jacob Cole, the most expensive Mariner in history, I am pretty damn sure. I think he's probably been worth it too. What was his contract? Signed prior to 2054. He signed a 3-year, 37 mil, I think I want to say. Yeah. And I mean, he's put up 7 and 6, so 7 leading the West last year. He'll be in the running for MVP votes again, I'm certain. No doubt. Not even their best batter, though. Technically, this 3rd round pick from 2050, Mr. Mark Jeska, playing his first full season, too. Eligible for, well, here's your Rookie of the Year in the West, probably. Mark Jeska. 6 WAR. As a first baseman, too. It's not that easy for first baseman to rack up WAR. But, yeah. Looks like he bats lefty. Does have split issues, but they're not real, considering he batted pretty much the same WRC plus or OPS or whatever you want to look at. Almost identical. Actually had a higher slugging against lefties. Okay, game. Okay. And on the pitching side, pick your fucking poison, dude. Pick your poison. Looks like he's going to lead off with Jonah Dunn. Gammon Ramage was technically his best pitcher. Holy shit, a 255 BABIP for 6.2 and 7.2 WAR, respectively. a 4K to walk ratio for a starter is very fucking good. What's happening with Errol? Errol is getting old, but Errol is still pretty damn good. He's got to be upwards of 60 WAR at this point, right? Yes, 60, 59.5 and 61 respectively. He should probably go in the Hall, though you'd think he's going to free agency. Oh boy. Who's going to pay for the 36-year-old Errol Medrano? I know there's no way Dustin can afford him. If Dustin can afford him, we're getting out the magnifying glass like we do for Kiefer sometimes. No chance. Yeah, this team is gross. They haven't made it... Man, have they made it to an SCS in even a while? They haven't won since 2030-something. 2033, so it's been 22 years since they actually won. I don't even know how many times they... This is so fucking disgusting. Get me out of this division, dude. Andrew, I'll trade you teams, buddy. You can have a team by where you live. I'll fix the Brewers. Anyway, I could go on for days. They're disgusting, and they're good. The only real injury they have is Rusty Tucker, but I mean, they went a lot of the year without him, so... And they still won 105 games, so I don't think there's going to be much of an issue. Oh, let's do my team next. No. Let's do the 7-2 matchup. That is this one right here, right? No, down here. The Cardinals got fustigated with injuries in the last two sims of the year, man. They lost Brian Riley, who was one of their better relievers. They lost Ibbenson. Oh, they lost him at the beginning of the season. Wow, he dead, son. Maybe not, actually. Who else did they lose? They lost... Barraza's still unknown with a day-to-day injury from 2 weeks ago. Dan Moore is out. Now, they have some key injuries. Rick Shelley, but he fucking sucks all of a sudden. Rick Shelley is doing his best Theodore Fu impression, having 2 great years and then fucking forgetting how to hit the baseball. Their best player was Ray Bernard. This was the Boston trade at the deadline last year. We got him for a second rounder. I mean, he didn't have an amazing year. 134 whip isn't anything to write home about, but can't argue with 3+ WAR. Eric Ho. This was a free agent signing. Oh, hold on. I need to fix Eric Ho's picture, and you can't see the ratings. There we go. Eric Ho signed in the middle of June, and I think I forgot to actually do his assignment. So I want to say he has put up 4 WAR in like what? July, August, September? So maybe 3 months, 3.5 months. This dude's put up 4 WAR. Absolutely ass blasted the ball to a 409 BABIP though. But still, that's got to feel good. Because really, 8.6 mil, you probably paid him about 4 mil. Pretty nice signing. Pretty nice. Pretty shrewd. They're banged up, and they're going to be up against everybody's favorite team. I guess I was wrong on the pod. Jason said they were a 100-win team. I didn't see it. I will eat it. Look at all these home runs for the Padres. 53 for Crow Trache. 53. Oh, I guess righties hit pretty good. It's the lefties the lefty homers we gotta be sus about. Gerner was a deadline deal, right? Alright, their best player was the re-signed Chia Wei-Ni. A pretty good re-signing, if you ask me. Paid him 33 for 3, and so far put up a nice bit. He's only 27? What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons under his belt. He's just about to turn 28. I'd love to see it. How's his third base D, though? Perfectly good. Perfectly good. Look at that, with 55 arm. Great signing by JP. And then, of course, we have to unfortunately click on this piece of shit. Like, Like, he has 45 control, brother. I have pitchers with 45 control who get like 4 walks per 9. What is real life anymore? He is actually slowly diving up, though. His pitches were all like 35 and 40 when we used to look at him, so he's getting the bump. But yeah, this is your these are your good pitchers now, guys. Read them and weep. He got 6 RWAR. He basically did better than last year's season. He walked less guys with his 45 control. You love to see it. So yeah, it looks like the Cards are going to be in tough. 5 batters with 30 plus homers. Almost 5 and 100. Luciano Pettit had a hell of a year with the bat. Yeah, this is the best catcher in our league. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Dang, bro. Go all the way? Alright, up next is the 3-6 matchup, which is the only interdivisional matchup we actually have. And that's the White Sox and Royals. Everything else is out of division matchups, which is kind of rare. The White Sox are the 6th seed. By the way, their matchup I looked for is actually 6-6. Was their division matchup record against each other this year. AJ knew. He got rid of... Who did AJ let go that pitched like garbage? Anyway, PJ Ray on the batting side collected 4 WAR and was the best hitter for the White Sox. Where's Sean Ferguson? What happened to Turd Ferguson this year? Dropped 30 plus points on his OPS plus. Boy, I guess that BABIP was maybe not real. Although he actually was BABIPing quite hard, so... I think AJ gave him a ton of money. Oh, yeah, and he hasn't even started collecting the money yet. It's a pretty good contract, though. 30, 24, 22, 18, 4.5, 5, so 22 mil a year is... He'll get it. It's just one of those random down years. Lyle Lundqvist, the lefty. The lefty ground ball pitcher. I love this guy. He's one of the more underrated pitchers in our league, I believe. AJ talks up a few of his guys. He should talk up this guy more. It's fucking pretty damn consistent, and I think he just had probably a career year? Yeah, maybe not, but still very, very good. 0.7 home runs per 9 in our league right now is just incredible, honestly. Incredible stuff. Yeah, it's a team filled with really good players. Not going to find many holes, so... It's a sleeper team, no doubt about it. The Royals, this is the first time the Royals made the playoffs in a while, yeah? 2042 was the last time we saw the Baby Blues in the playoffs. 13 seasons. All it took was Mr. Smart. Putting up 7.1 WAR, led the West in average at 326 and in WAR. He's probably going to get MVP, I imagine. 128 games he must have been injured, right? He missed a month with an elbow injury. Well, with 5 days, he basically missed a month and a half. His WAR per game is off the charts. How did he only steal 58 bags? What are you doing, Matt? This guy should be stealing over 100. Crank that shit up, dude. EJ Rombo. A trade with Montreal in 2052. This, man, a guy, it's weird saying a guy with KC in his name for consistently many years in a row. This guy's been one of the better pitchers in the league as well. Probably underrated, honestly. Taking a look at his production. He's an innings eater. Looks like he led in complete games. He's probably up there again this year. Pretty nice looking player. Again, 0.8 home runs. Kaufman helps out a little bit with that, but still, extremely solid pitcher. Looks like Cordell's going to lead things off. The oft-injured Alex Cordell is going to lead things off. Excuse me. Alright. Finally in the West. We should have done the East because the East champs last year are defending, but couldn't help but start with the Dodgers. It's going to be yours truly against the Angels. Ian Holby had another pretty good year. Just about as good as last year. Wow, he led in walks. I didn't even realize that. That's pretty nice. Ks are down a little bit, but otherwise, pretty much all you can ask for in a number 1. And Mr. Gayrat. This feels pretty good. Going out and spending a boatload on this guy. And he puts up one of his best years in 5 years. I'll take it. He cracked 104 stolen bases. I cranked that shit up, let me tell you what. That's pretty cool to see. Although I don't think he set the record, right? What's his face? Yeah, Negulescu crushed it by 10. 113, dude. Love it. Love that the legs are a thing. Yeah, we're done here. The Angels had a nice sleepy 96-win season, if you ask Mikey. Ralph Mays is still elite. And okay, this is a career. Oh my God, 5.2 Ks per 9, a sub-1 WHIP. Jesus, dude. Yeah, this is a career year for Mr. Mays. He's fucking 30. He's gotta have like almost what, 40 WAR at least. 50 almost. Okay, 42 WAR, almost 49 R-WAR. That's kind of crazy, actually. Usually you don't see a huge spread. Eventually these numbers usually kind of come together over a pitcher's career. Yeah, to have a career spread of 6 is actually kind of wild, but this guy's insane, dude. He's also 6'7". Signed through 2057. About to make 44 mil. Not next season, but the season after. Is that worth it? Probably? Gotta be, right? Man's getting paid, and he's worth every penny, honestly. Isaac Keenan, man, this player... he's, again, I've said this a million times, he's gotta have like an 85, 90 eye. Another insane walk year. Jesus, this really illustrates the walk jump. Although I didn't touch anything in 2015, like, the walk rate is the same as it was here. He just is going nuts, dude. 414 on base percentage is fucking bonkers. What a player. He's a captain. He's also signed through 2057, so looks like the Angels are going to be pretty good for at least a couple more years before they might have to retool or rebuild, but they got a couple guys here in the farm, so who knows. Yeah, I mean, I think if the Padres weren't in the Pacific, we would talk much more about this team, but the Padres are an interesting team to analyze, aka shit on, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Mikey, I gotta say, he's been in the league for, it's gotta be 8-ish seasons at least, right? And I mean, look at, let's say it's 8, look what he's done, right? 95, there's an 82, but 105, 101, 91, 93, 96. Imagine having this team and the Dodgers in the same division. Disgusting. Okay, off to the east. That'll take me 15 minutes. We're on track, fellers. In the east, the Jays won out on the last day of the season. That's right, 89 dubs. There's your 8 seed in the east. Virginia gave them a run for their money. Didn't quite make it. Ironically, well, not ironically, but the Jays usually end up picking some kind of injuries at the end of the season. Nicky Alvarez is just day-to-day, so this might be the healthiest Jays team we've seen in a while going into the playoffs. Excuse me, I know last year they lost Alvarado right near the end. They lost a pitcher too, if I recall, but it's a healthy Jays squad, and that's... I would hate to play this team. I would be terrified to play this team right now. Alessandroni just cementing his ace status. He's about the same age as Ralph Mays. Wow, he has almost identical stats. 43 WAR and 48 R-WAR. Again, a big spread. Okay, ironically though, actually, he's only 5'11", while Ralph Mays is 6'7", so that's kind of funny. 5'11", 200. Boy, he's got to be fucking jacked. Yeah, an insane pitcher. I think at this point, obviously an Iron Man, right? Like, it's... You just shoot him in for 200 innings. No ifs, ands, or buts. He's going to strike out, what, 200 plus guys? Anybody would give their left nut to have a pitcher like this on their team. On the batting side, Mr. Atlas Alvarado, acquired in a trade from Colorado in 2046. Was he drafted? Who did the Hops play in round 1? Was he drafted in 2045? Is he from the legendary draft? No, he was a signing out of Venezuela. Oh yeah, my bad, I didn't see that. Looks like he finally put up his first full year in a few years. 6.5 WAR. What did he jack here? 34 and 112. Pretty good looking player. Looks like his I remember we were questioning his second base ability, but he might have had some dev labs, and that, yeah, he's actually a pretty fucking good second baseman. Wow. Crazy. Nice player. Fits the meta beautifully with this massive juicy eye that he's got, so yeah, I would be scared to play this team, but the Barbs, the Barbaras, unfortunately I'm gonna have to click on them. I think it's pretty safe to say that D-Rich wrecked me in this trade, right? Echo Warren did fuck all for me. Larry's up and down. This guy just continues to go fucking off, of course. Regardless of even what Billy Scheimer did, he probably had a... Okay, well, he's up and down too, but yeah. The trade that I felt pretty good about at the time, I feel much worse about right now, but regardless, Chaz Jade's doing crazy shit. 40 homers and 70 stolen bags, man. It's crazy shit. Signed through the 2056 season. Wonder if D-Rich will have the moolah to lock him up. Doug Fraley. Oh yeah, here we go. Here it is. Yep. There's your good pitchers now. Although, it's about 3.5 WAR is pretty good. A solid enough whip. Doesn't give him too many homers. It's kind of crazy because usually the Braves have been built on extremely good pitching to kind of fit their ballpark. Now, though, their ballpark is actually pretty friendly to hitters. I think they might have had the biggest flip in terms of going from a pitcher's park to a hitter's park or vice versa. And D-Rich has responded accordingly, putting a bunch of mashers in his lineup. 50 dongs from Eric Alvarez, who just signed a $2.5 million extension. Like Dustin said, make it make sense, man. Maybe we should investigate the Braves. Wes Marquez is on this team? Holy shit, that's a throwback. Yeah, 101 wins. You can't really argue with that. They don't really have any like household names out of the well, hold on, that's a lie. This guy was a trade deadline pickup. But I don't think I mean, he's not amazing. This is nothing to at all to write home about. Like a dude who's supposed to be 75 and have 70 control. 1.3 whip is a little disappointing, honestly. About to go into ARB and make... Where's his ARB estimate? Okay, I guess we don't know yet, but if I had to guess, probably somewhere in the like 2.5 to 3 mil mark, so nothing crazy yet. But we'll see how things line up, but it just depends on the Jays pitching, honestly. You kind of know what the Atlanta Braves pitching are going to give you, but this could be an absolute slobber knocker, though. Oh, he did sign. Oh. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's fucking right here. I'm blind. 3.63 million. Okay, thanks, guys. Immediately pointing out my mistakes. I love it. Alright, on to the next matchup. Back. The Fish and the Cars. The Ignition. What? Indianapolis is such a long name. They don't get their full. I guess Casey as well. Wow, me either. That's lame. Okay, the Marlins, who also came down to the wire. They got in on the second last day of the season. They won 108 games last year, by the way. That is a minus 18 win differential. For those of you keeping track, just wanted to throw that out there. Billy Ott was technically their best pitcher, but I have to click on this guy because Hey, Jason, he's still a good fucking pitcher. Wow. Look at that. Hayden Nelson. After he left my team, immediately blew up, got the starter tag in this version, and has been pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Billy Ott. Also kind of unsung a little bit. He's put up really 3 really good years, 4 solid years, I guess if you want to call it, but a little bit undersung in my opinion. This guy, nobody talked about this guy this year. Looks like Mr. Roberts lost a little bit of his legs, or maybe the injuries are piling up and Sam is being smart and maybe cranked back the slider a little bit, because he's getting some, he's racking up some leg shit here. And some mid-body stuff, right? Toe, hamstring, quad, knee, blurred vision, what the hell? Oblique strain, so maybe Sam dialed it back a little bit just to make sure he stayed healthy all year, and he did, right? He played 145 games and racked up 6 more, so if that's the case, very well played GMing from Mr. Sam Miami, and are we even surprised at this point? Another team filled with really good players, no holes really speak of. Like, look at the bottom of their lineup, is their 8-hitter hit 310 this year, so I mean, no real holes in this lineup. Solid team through and through, but we've got to contend with the Ignition, who I really thought when Jenner left this team that they would just kind of fall off. Nothing against Josh, but I just thought a new GM would sort of sell off the pieces and rebuild from there, but he kept what he got, and he put together some winning teams, and this is one of the better ones. 97 dubs puts them, back at the Jenner level of wins, we'll call it, I guess. And they were -4, by the way. Thag. Vince Anthony, their best pitcher this year. Another, a lot of underrated pitchers. We don't really talk about guys specifically. We need to do that more. A guy who's basically a shoo-in for 4 WAR in less than 200 innings. Not really pushing any of these guys to their limits, it looks like. Obviously on some kind of a pitch count or batter's face limit. But it's working, getting success. And anything under 1 in the home runs per 9, that's something you'll take in our league right now. Yeah. Everywhere I click, former guys I traded away. But I mean, again, I've said this a million times. Dubmeyer was part of the Ian Holby deal, and Holby's been everything I needed. But sure would love to have me some Tom Dunmeyer right now. This guy, this is his rookie year, by the way, eligible for rookie status. Led the East in average, 361. 361. There's no way he has 60 contact, right? Son of a bitch. Led in slugging, led in OPS. 183 weighted runs created. That is foul, man. Foul. I hate it. This is probably your rookie of the year in the East, I'm gonna go out and limb and say. Disgusting player. He's a switch hitter. The only question is his defense when he plays left field. This is probably like -4 ZR, if we're lucky. No, it's +3, +2.5. Left field defense ain't what it used to be, boys. I tell you what. This team looks disgusting, and they have the pitching to go all the way, I think. They have a pretty good bullpen. And again, obviously not much for holes in the lineup, and one of the nastiest 2-3-4s in our league. Dunmeyer, Penryn, and Aguilar. Yikes. Gonna be a banger of a series, though, honestly. The 3-6 matchup. That is going to be the Twins, who actually tied the Marlins but held the tiebreaker, so they end up facing the 96-win Expos instead of the 97-win Ignition. Not much of a toss-up there. Sorry, it is a bit of a toss-up. No, it's not. Never mind. Uh-oh. Am I drunk? You guys know what I mean. Excuse me. Christopher Alabas still pitching for the Twins. You love to see it. Jesus Christ. You know what? He's also around the same age as Mays and Alessandroni. And look at that. He has exactly the same WAR and RWAR though, but 44.5. Man, a lot of fucking good pitchers. This is 2045 draft, dude. He is, well, it's a bit of a slight bit of a down year for him, I guess we'll call it, but still pretty elite. And when you can roll out a lefty ground baller who throws 99 and has 70 control, I think you're pretty happy with that. Oh boy, Jody. Oh boy! Hello, Mr. Amott. Maybe. Yeah, definitely. Jody Ortiz, a free agent signing for $3.2 million. Played in New York last year for the Yankees and was terrible. Signs for the Twins, immediately gains 75 points of BABIP and goes off and has a 5 WAR year. These are the kind of guys who shit the bed in the playoffs. I hate to be that guy, but he was good for Boston in the late 2040s, but let's see. Great signing by Rippo. Somebody in the YouTube chat. I don't know who it is actually, but pretty gross. Pretty dang gross. I gotta call out this guy though, Sam Everhart. Oh, I don't know, I clicked on fielding stats. Still a good center fielder. 85 WAR. Is that enough, Jason? Is that enough? Dude, this guy is... He's gonna end up as one of the top 5 players of all time, right? If not already. What a fucking goat. Alright. The Montreal Expos. I am happy to see this team in the postseason. I think they got robbed last year and had one of those just fucking... It was their time to have a weird-ass season. They did not deserve a 74-win season last year. That puts them at plus 22 dubs, by the way. Definitely candidate for GM of the year, in my opinion. I know some people don't go by plus wins, but when your plus wins takes you into the high 90s, it means something to me. We got the 3-man starting strategy, which means we're going to see some bullpen shenanigans, which obviously Jock is well known for at this point. I don't know if anybody has a solution. Luckily for me, I don't play in this division and have to deal with it, so it'll be interesting to see what the Twins do against it. Although it's Zach, so he probably didn't even notice or have any strategy for it. We have to look at this guy. This was the big trade of last offseason. Michael Talley, and that Romano trade is looking... I mean, I don't blame him for the Romano trade in any way, shape, or form. He was asking for $55 million and ended up signing for half that, but it's not looking so hot at this point. But that doesn't matter. We're here to talk about the 96-win Expos. Edward Lepak. Third year and best year so far with Montreal. He is getting better with age. Holy, a lefty with... Oh no, he's a righty. Why did I think he was a lefty? I was thinking of somebody else then, obviously. Regardless, maybe one of the best pure hitters in our... Well, maybe not, but he's up there for sure. Austin Deffenbaugh, what is this guy doing on this team? A long-time Atlanta Brave, signed to spring training and put up, I'm gonna call it a career year. We're gonna say 36-year-old. Yeah, 36-year-old. Yeah, well, maybe not quite a career year, but pretty damn... Well, there's an argument to be made. Regardless, getting this out of a 36-year-old... Maybe this is the OG, and no, Ndiaye has no control. He has all movement, so... These are your good pitchers, guys. Get on them. If you haven't realized it by now, I don't know what to tell you. 88 to 90 mile an hour. Love to see it. Alright, and finally, the last matchup. The Memphis Blues against the Yankees. The Blues are the 5 seed. 92 wins. When's the last time Corey didn't win 90 games? Or around 90 games? Corey has won in and around the 90 to 95 game mark for... I can't count, but that's like 10 straight seasons? 10, 11 seasons in a row? Also is on a streak since that time, too. Pretty impressive stuff. Joe Bork picked up from the Cubbies a few years ago. Wasn't this trade lambasted a little bit? Looks like he had just as good a year as last year. Pretty damn close to our war isn't there, but all the peripherals are all exactly the same. 23 quality starts led the East, by the way. 35 starts means he's just pounding them. Every 5 days, Joe Bork is pitching. Pretty crazy. Bork, Bork, Bork. Oh, yes, I'm going to be happy to say this guy's name. Torquato Fajardo. Torquato Fajardo. I hope Alberto's not listening. He's probably fucking just rolling at my attempt at the accent. We need Alberto to call these games. You guys ever heard Alberto? Man, he's got a silky smooth voice. Tell you what. Anyway, Fajardo with an absolutely banger of a year. 171 OPS plus, 7 WAR at third base. Damn, his third base defense looks awesome as well. Never mind, I don't even know how this game works anymore. This doesn't scream out 7 WAR to you, does it? But 400 on-base percentage will do the trick. Almost 40 dongs. Up from 30 the year before. Up from 24 the year before that. Check this man for PEDs. Again, this is, I call this team sort of the, well, I call them Miami Light, but they had more wins than Miami, but it's the same idea. No holes. Oh yeah, the 1 year he did the podcast, I was like, please do more. I love it when he gets the guys like this with because his accent just rolls right off and he just says it so smoothly. Instead of me attempting to sound like how to say these like South American names like a moron. All right, kids. Last team, the Yankees. Maxwell Height. 6'6", he sure is max height, that's for sure. Gotta say first, no, not his first full season. 180 innings last year, 189. Yeah, that was something, the all-accent pod. Breakout year, we're gonna call it for Mr. Height, 4.5, 4.4 respectively. Sub 2 walks per 9 is pretty elite in our league at the moment, so you gotta be happy about this. A second round draft pick from 2051. How did you guys let this guy fall? And Mr. Prank Frickett. Boy, he looks fugly to OSA. What? What the fuck, bro? 35 avoid Ks. How many times did he strike out this year? 141. And how many at-bats? 400 at-bats, so really that's like 2/3 of a season, so... he would have been up around the 210s. Crazy. Mr. Prank Frickett. Was he hurt? How come he only played 100 games this year? Yeah, 3 injuries this year. All, not severe, but that's scary. You don't like to see that. A 23-year-old second baseman. 4.3 WAR to his name. 96 wins. Montreal held the tiebreaker, so that forces the Yankees to play the Blues instead of the Twins. Okay, the preview is over. I know some of you don't like that, but I like to, okay, you know, the music's a little bit loud. I like to set the stage, set the mood, you know? Alright, 4 games coming your way. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, yes, I am. For those who can't watch live, we need to start S Plus app. There we go. Okay. Good luck to everybody. I'll be prepared to watch my team go out in the first round for the 4th year in a row. Oh, goody. I'm not mad, you're mad. Alright, good luck, everybody. I'm going to save it real quick. By the way, the patch fixed it. The game runs so smooth again. It's fucking lovely. Doesn't take 2 minutes to save. Doesn't take 4 minutes to load the game. I'm very excited. Alright, good luck. And off we go. I didn't get the newest patch. No, I don't want to get that shipped right before the playoffs. I'll get it after the playoffs. No, I didn't get today's. I don't want to mess with that stuff around playoff times. You just never know, right? What's undocumented. Toronto out to an early lead. Axel Rosales with a solo shot puts him on top. Elijah Plott singles in. There's Eric Ho. For the Cards, they strike first. It says that shit is compatible, so if some people's stuff auto updates, then we should be okay. Seattle coming out hot, no surprise there. Allard Moran, Gabriel Stoddard scored Colin Tushoff. Indy strikes first too. Woody Boyd. I have no idea who Woody Boyd is. Second baseman. Solo Bolo. Amadeo Ibarra. I love it. Or Ibarra, excuse me. I saw that trade too. Corey trading for his longtime center fielder at the trade deadline, getting Ibarra back. I'd love to see that. Whoa, 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 whoa! Aguilar with a single scores Dunmire. Then Maddox Morrison is a 3-run jack. It's already immediately 5-0 for the Ignition. And Minnesota scores here. Jody Ortiz. Oh god, he sacks in Shed. Sagona singles in Pole. It's 2-1 now. Indy adds another one. Ryan Wadding sacks in Kramer. It's 6-0. Not the way the Fish, I'm sure, would have liked to have started off this postseason. Wait. San Diego got on the board, but there's no scoring for them. Thanks, game. I love it. So it was tied at 1, but Rudy Hughes sacked in Rodriguez for St. Louis, making it 2-1 as they take the lead. Seattle adds two more. Jessica sacks in Gellin, and Jacob Coles doubles in McGrath. It's 4-0 there over LA. KC strikes first in their game with 2 solo jacks. Eric Gaiman traded by Pittsburgh, right, for a plethora of trash at the deadline. And Sebastian Aguilar hit a solo shot. And Miami is coming. Oh, Miami's coming back big here. Travis Williams doubles in Banks and Kenville. And then Tribble singles in Williams. It's 6-3. And just like that, we've got ourselves a game. And an absolute slobber knocker to start that series off. I'm sure both GMs are very happy with that. Nicodemo Alcorta, the name we haven't seen in a while, hits a sac fly. Scoring Parker. The White Sox are on the board to cut the lead in half. Sienna singles in, tying the game in Atlanta. Scores Jagger McCone. And Eric Alvarez, the $2.5 million man with a 3-run jack off Alessandroni, makes it 4-1. The Yankees score and tie the game at 1. Vic Soleil, haven't seen that name in a while either, scores Tad Bateman, the former Cascade. And then Philip Villarreal singles him in to make it 2-1. Oh god, he's actually making me eat my words. Jody Ortiz now with his second RBI as he, singles in Shed. It's 3-1. Sagona grounds out, scoring Pole. It's 4-1. Minnesota, what's going on, man? Wait, California scored and there's no scoring here either. Oh no, it's all the way back here. My bad. Demon Long singled in Keenan to make it 1-0. Tony Wickman hit a solo bolo to tie the game up. Speaking of solo bolos, Atlanta, Wes Marcus makes it the salami spread now 5-1. Another dinger, Billy Plato with a 2-run shot. Now the White Sox lead 3-2. St. Louis adds 2 here. Hayes and De La Rosa score Thomas and Hayes. Now 4-1. They're getting to Dwight. Dwight is Dwighting himself. 8 hits already. Ricky sits on my face. Singles in for Montreal. Scoring, I think that's Bryce-Lee. I could be wrong, but that cuts the lead in half to 4-2. Finally, the action's slowing down. I can take a goddamn breath. This is it's quite the action here. I haven't even been able to actually look at the games. I've had to just follow the scoring updates. Got a runner in third with 1 down for the White Sox here in the top of the 5th. They are already up by 1. Looks like Cordell is still in the game, giving up 7 hits so far, though. Second and third, St. Louis threatening to bust it open here. Only 1 down. Dwight loads the bases. Can he get out of it? He got a fly out from Cole Thomas. But Rudy Hughes will cash in 2. That is 6-1. Dwight's day is over. Looks like the banged up Cards still know how to hit the ball. 6-1. 7-1. Oh boy. Cue the shit in general. Connor Thomas hits a solo shot for Toronto, gets him within 3. Braves still leading. Oh, there's a late. Oh, no, it's not late. It's only the 5th inning in that game. What the fuck? CJ Mass singles in Granberg. Jess Granberg, California. They take a 1-run lead again. Oh boy, Atlas Alvarado singles in Rosales. Now the Toronto Blue Jays are within 2. There's Turd Ferguson with a solo shot, making it 4-2. Nice little cushion homer there. Henry with a solo shot, making it 4-run lead in Indy. Dexter Greer singles in Pryor. San Diego within 5. They got a way to go, but the game's not over yet. Mike Asawawong singles in Alvarado and Simon. Toronto comes all the way back from 4 down to tie the game at 5. Oh my goodness. There's Tony Wickman again. He doubles in the gay rat, Mr. Gaius Patone, tying the game at 2. There's Ricky sits on my face again. Sitzma singles in. Lee Packets 4-3. Minnesota with 1. California again takes a 1-run lead. Luke Story with a solo shot off Holby. Memphis takes a 1-run lead as Baptiste doubles in Para and Ibarra again. They flip the script in the 7th and are now up 1. KC. Eric Gaiman singles in Dominique. They're within 1. Alright, California adds another one. They're finally up by 2 runs here. 11 hits to the Cascades 3. Oh boy. Mike Brown makes it a 2-run lead for Memphis here. He singles in Benedict. Montreal takes the lead in the bottom of the 8th. The 7th. Britt Williamson with a 3-run jack. Now makes it 6-4. LA, the final team to get on the board today. Andrew Siebel with a solo shot in the top of the 8th. That gets them within 3 and within striking distance. Miami has 2 guys on with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Looking to cook up something against the bullpen. California now with a salami spread. 13 hits. A 2-run bomb makes it 6-2. KC with the first 2 men aboard in the bottom of the 7th as well. Landon Ramsberg, haven't heard that name in a while. Demon Long gets a solo shot at 7-2. California starting to run away with it and make it look ridiculous. Yeah, my bullpen is fucking terrible. It's over. St. Louis, another run from Hector De La Rosa, tripling in Hayes. It's 8-2. KC was unable to score those 2 men. No, they can't get it done. They continue to trail by 1. Uh-oh, we've got our first injury of the day. Adding injury to insult, honestly. Carson Loveday has left the game with an injury for the Padres. The relief pitcher, the survey says he's got abdominal? Wow. Wow, I need to go back to school. Abdominal soreness, not the abominable snowman. He'll be fine. Bases jacked and stacked for Indy, but Minnesota gets out of it. Yeah, just fucking put me in the hole here. Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa! What do we got here? It's a final in Seattle, 4-1. Pantoja has the most saves in the season, 52. That doesn't count. It's in the playoffs. Eric Alvarez with his second homer of the game breaks the tie here in the bottom of the 8th. The solo shot puts Atlanta up by 1. Oh, man. Montreal hangs on to win 6-4. The 3-run homer by Britt. Something was the difference. Britt Williamson. Oh boy, a solo bolo in the top of the 9th. Some insurance for Memphis. KC with 2 men on again in the bottom of the 8th. Last time they couldn't get it done. And again, quickly 2 outs. But a 3-run jack! Aguilar in the bottom of the 8th with a 3-run jack off Corson. And KC takes the lead. Top of the 9th, Miami has the winning run. Sorry, the go-ahead run at the plate. The bases are loaded now. Down to their final 8. I think it's Jimmy Nanny? Jimmy Nanny. And he doesn't get the job done! Are you kidding me? Ivory Herring with a bases clearing double, and Miami takes the fucking lead. Are you shitting me? KC with a 3-run bomb of their own to make it 6-4. Hold on for the come-from-behind victory. Memphis takes the dub. Oh my god! Indianapolis now trails by 1 going to the bottom of the 9th. The tying run is on the base paths. And Penryn is at the plate. They go to the lefty Warwick out of the bullpen. Don't score runs now, guys. Come on. Fucking stupid team. And Miami completes their own miracle comeback. Are you shitting me? Montreal and KC with 2 8th-inning 3-run shots. And Miami with a fucking what? Was that that's a 4-run 9th, yeah? A 4-run 9th from Miami. Oh my god, D-Rich is just oof. Look at this fucking WPA graph. What the fuck? Look at it, was literally almost as low as it can go without touching the line. And then wow. Disgusting. Cali makes it to final. That is it. Holy shit on the stick. Let's save this garbage. Sebastian Aguilar, Travis Williams, who was 4 for 4. Well, looks like... Okay, no, he wasn't. And Jonah Dunn, the players of the game. Atlanta holds on at home. Memphis wins on the road. Montreal comes from behind at home. Miami steals one away on the road. Seattle holds at home. Cali holds at home. Kansas City holds at home. And St. Louis slaps around San Diego on the road in game number 1. I am going to blow up my vocal cords. Fuck, I need to drink this water, actually. I love the wildcard round. Fuck, it's always a banger, man. I remember there was like 1 year where the wildcard round was just like bleh. But every other year there's always some crazy shit. I love it. I forgot to shout out the starters, but I'll quickly do it for Game 2. Martin versus Fraley for Toronto and Atlanta. Memphis and New York, we've got Max Ria versus Lucas Rapon. That's a good matchup. Roberto Bush against Jacob Howard. The Twins and the Expos. Billy Ott, who we talked about earlier, against Vince Anthony, who we also talked about. Keelan Mason and Gavin Ramage. That's a banger of a matchup. DeWitt Harris versus Mike Watford for the Cascades and Angels. Lyle Lundqvist and EJ Rumble. That's a banger of a matchup, too. for the White Sox and the Royals, and Gabriel Balboa versus Rod Keller. The Cards and Padres. Game 2, here we go. Good luck. Off we go. Whew. Who needs to work out when I can just talk at 100 miles an hour? I'm already sweating. That's probably not a good thing, but, you know, whatever. There he is. Torquato Fajardo with a solo bolo for Memphis. They get on the board early. Minnesota also with the first two guys aboard on second and third with nobody out. They're looking to strike early and hold on this time. There's Sam Everhart doubling in white. They've loaded the bases now. Only one down. Oh my god, a wild pitch scores a run. Scores Jody Ortiz, of course. Indianapolis strikes first. I believe they struck first in the last game, too. This time, Edwino Pena. Who the fuck is that? No offense. But he hits a solo bolo. San Diego scoring first in this game. Chioweni singles in Virgil Towns. Make it 1-0. Okay, it's not Bernard. It's Shoop, right? That's not who was listed. We have some shenanigans from Mr. Higgs. I'm okay with it. First two men aboard. First and second with one out for Memphis in the top of the first. But a double play. Montreal gets their first two guys aboard in their game. Toronto in the top of the second also likewise. They'll score one. Asawa Wong, and they have nobody out. And another one. The catcher Perez doubles in. It's 3-0 immediately for the Blue Jays. Still nobody out, and runners on the corners. 4-0 after Connor Thomas doubles. Still nobody out. By the way, Kent Neiman hit a solo shot for Seattle to strike first there. Hornhorse hits a solo bolo for California to strike first. And Miami hits a two-run bomb to flip the lead immediately in the second inning. Christian Kenville with a two-run shot. They finally get an out, but at the cost of 6 runs. Jaden Bice singles in. That'll be the end of the day for, who the hell was it for the Atlanta Braves? I don't even know, but their day is over. Uh-oh, we've got our second injury here. First, some scoring. Todd Kramer grounded out, scoring Bolero Aguilar. Reyna sackflied in Norm Walker for KC. And Tim Leftwich doubled in Penryn for Indy. They retake the lead on that play, but Lon White has left the game with an injury for the Twins. First baseman Lon White injured while running the bases. The survey says he's got some back spasms. Day to day for a week, he'll be fine. Off we go. Edwino Pena again. A solo shot in the first. This time he singles in Leftwich. Torquato Fajardo. He knows I love to say his name, damn it. A 2-run jack. His second jack of the game. 3-0 responsible for all 3 runs. Now Woody Boyd with a 2-run shot. And it's 6-2. Indy. I keep saying immediately. I don't know why, but Indy comes back down from 2-1 to make it 6-2. 5 unanswered runs now. KC adds one on a Sebastian Aguilar single, but the White Sox add one of their own in the top of the third. Nicodemo Alcorta hits a solo shot. Vancouver adds one. Excuse me. Raton singles in Dave McCleary. Tied up at 1. Maverick Tolos with a solo shot for the White Sox. Gets them back within 1. Jacob Cole, there he is with a solo shot. Doubles up the lead for Seattle 2-0. Speaking of doubling the lead to 2-0, San Diego does the same thing. This time, Virgil Towns sacks in. That's Mr. Ty Moss crossing the plate. You love to see it. Miami, of course, after last game, we know they will not go quietly into the night. Joshua Roberts singles in Michael Clark. It's back to a 3-run differential there. Atlanta's on the board. They've got a lot to go, but Jeremy Mertens with a sac fly scoring Lofton, while a 2-run blast from Pam Siena now makes it a game as it's 6-3. What the fuck? Josh Benedict doubles in Silva, Ryan Silva, I believe, for Memphis. They are up 4 in the 4th. Clemente Simpson singles in. There he is, Hadley Smart. I believe that's his first scoring part of any scoring line in the postseason. Hopefully we see his name a lot more in the postseason. KC's first postseason berth in 13 seasons. By the way, they have arrived in 2055. Eric Gaiman, he's had a nice start to his series here. Singles in Walker. 5-2 now for Kansas City. And the third solo shot for Seattle. Allard Moran, I believe the catcher for the Mariners, with a solo shot, making it 3-0 in the fourth. Edward Leapath with his own solo shot gets Montreal on the board and cuts the lead in half, 2-1. Oh, another guy's name I love to say. Johan Roch hits a 2-run shot for Memphis. They're up 6-0 now on Yankees. Yankees poised to lose both games at home at this point. Oof. There he is again. Hadley Smart singles in Aguilar. It's a salami spread now for the Royals, up by 4 here in the fourth inning. 6-2. Dunmeyer makes a 4-run lead again in Indy. Seattle finally scores, not on a dinger. Skylar Chara singles in Mark Jeska. It's 4-0. The White Sox with 2 men aboard here in the top of the fifth. They got to get cooking here. Uh-oh. Starting pitcher Rod Keller leaves the game with an injury while having pretty good line here. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. In line for the dub. Unfortunately, he leaves the game before that. Penryn singles in Aguilar. It's 8-3 now for Indy. Yeah, keep going. 4 runs wasn't enough last time, so they're not going to leave it the chance this time. Unfortunately, we have to take a look at the injury for Rod Keller. Injured while pitching. Uh-oh. The survey says he's got a sore shoulder that moderately affects throwing. This might as well not be a day-to-day injury. You can't pitch a guy with this. That sucks. Terrible, terrible timing for the Padres to lose a guy like that, essentially for the postseason. Let's see if they can at least hold on to this game. See if the bullpen can hold on this game. Make it at least bittersweet. Ignacio Mejia. God, I need Alberto, man. Ignacio Mejia hits a solo shot, making it 6-1. Yankees are the last team on the board today. And oh, excuse me, St. Louis and LA are still sitting on the goose eggs. My apologies. Bases loaded for Toronto. Looking to put it out a distance here, but they can't get the job done. Remains a 3-run game. Miami puts it back within 4. Look out. Josh Roberts doubles in Michael Clark. Man, we see that scoring line so much. Roberts scoring Clark. Gaiman grounds out, scoring Dominique. He has had a heck of a series so far. I want to say that's his 5th RBI already in Game 2. Nice deadline deal for KC by the looks of it. Joseph Mitchell doubles in at 7-1, and LA is on the board. A passed ball. You'll take those. Scores Solis, and then a solo shot from Caden Beal. Not sure who Caden Beal is, but that cuts the lead in half, 4-2. Demon Long, he's had a nice series, and his solo shot gives him the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. We've got some kind of record in KC. I'm not sure what it is, but Hadley Smart doubles in Aguilar. It's 8-2 now. KC pulling away. No, he didn't. Britt Williamson again with a come-from-behind home run, this time in the 6th inning. A 2-run blast flips the lead. Now they're up 3-2. Yesterday it was a 3-run bomb in the 8th. Today it is a 2-run homer in the 6th. We'll see if it holds up, though. Cascades with a tying run on 3rd with 1 away. Oh my god, they get the out, but a pass ball scores Larry Tuba to tie the game. Disgusting. Speaking of disgusting, Jody Ortiz. I apologize. This man is going off. It's 2nd and 3rd still with only 1 down. Minnesota's already retied the game. Dave McCleary singles in the wicker. Vancouver takes a late lead. They have the bases loaded, but with 2 down. I'm sure they would love some insurance runs. Spoiler, we would. Damn it. Still runners on second and third for Minnesota. They don't cash in, so they do tie it, but can't pull themselves ahead here. Oh boy, immediately game gets tied by Wilfredo O'Connor. Fucking fuck. I mean, god damn it. Eduardo Pena makes it silly in Indianapolis. 4th into the game. We're to the 9th in San Diego, tied at 2 apiece. Whoa, and then Vancouver immediately with the top of the 9th home run. Corey Wells, who just came off the injured list, inserted on the playoff roster, hits a solo shot to put them back up by 1. Will it stand? I try to be impartial, I really do, but I'm so tired of losing the first fucking round, man. Come on. Anyway, I digress. St. Louis putting the daggers in the Padres. Picardo and Dawson, and now Rodriguez in 5 ninth-inning runs. And San Diego is staring down the barrel of a sweep at home along the line of the Yankees here. Oh boy, the pitchforks are going to be out. Bottom of the 9th, Vancouver leading by 1. They go to their closer, Demon Long, to lead things off. He already hit. There's the tying run, walked. Hornhost has a fucking home run this game. Not like this. They get Hans Horst flying up. It's a final in San Diego. It's a final. Toronto takes game 2 and splits the series. I can't watch. Oh, fucking thank the Lord. Vancouver sneaks game 2. We'll split the series. It's Memphis making it silly here. KC wins. They're up 2-0. Seattle wins. They're up 2-0. St. Louis wins. They're up 2-0. The only split series right now is Vancouver and Cali. Indy up by 8. That should probably hold. We look to the Montreal-Minnesota game. Tied at 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Nope, first series is a best of 7. Has been a best of 7 for quite a while now, I think. Probably like 10 seasons. We have our first extra inning game of the postseason. Montreal, Minnesota are headed to extras. Yeah, it's been a while, I know. You got 7 games in the Wild. All rounds are 7 games now. Might even be longer than that. Oh, boy. Memphis piling it on. Edwino. Oh, my God. Hold the phone. Edwino Pena with his 5th hit of the game. Who the fuck is Edwino Pena? The catcher. Damn, son. Have a game. Meanwhile, we've got 2 injuries. Memphis loses Edgar Baez. Let's take a look at that one first. In a blowout victory, it really sucks to lose a guy. A reliever injured while pitching. The survey says, oh shit, he's done for the playoffs. Honestly, this guy was fucking terrible. He had in 94 innings, he had a 350 BABIP and a 2 homer per 9. He might not feel too bad about losing this guy, honestly. Okay, the other injury was Matthew Logan in Montreal. Another relief pitcher. He's got a strained forearm. Again, moderate throwing injuries. This might as well not be day-to-day. You can't pitch a guy with a moderate throwing injury. Really sucks. I mean, you can, but it's extremely bad idea. All right, let's carry on. Backup catcher leading off. Well, not for long. What a game, dude. 5 hits in the blowout. It's not official yet. They're up by 8. 2-minute board here for Minnesota in the top of the 10th with 1 away. Who is pitching? Wilf? Is that Will Foster? I can't remember. Oh, I didn't get to see it. McClanahan, I know his name, though. One of the better lefty relievers in our game. He is pitching his 3rd inning of work, though. on 35 stam. That's a bit scary. It's a final in Indy. They will split their series. Memphis wins and steals both on the road. Rip the dip. And again, Toronto won their game, splitting the series. Nothing cooking. We're in the 11th. By the way, 3 errors for the Montreal Expos this game. You gotta think one of them was of some consequence somewhere for one of these runs. Leadoff man aboard, Iniguez. Grounding out, but moving the runner to second base for tying positions for Jody Ortiz, Mr. Amod himself. He flies out. Here's Sam Everhart. He grounds out. We go to the bottom of the 11th. There's no way McClanahan can pitch his 4th inning, right? Dude has 35 stamina. He's pitching his 4th inning of work. Lepak with 1 out. Oh, boy. And, yep, who would have guessed? The lefty pitching his 4th inning of work against the righty with a big bat. Yeah, I'd be mad too. I would be mad too. Incredible. Yeah, I think we're going to have to talk about lowering that this setting here. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about, but this players, options, maybe rules. I don't know. There's this somewhere. There's a fucking option for hooking relievers or something, and we lowered it. Oh yeah, right here. Hook for starting pitcher and hook for we gotta change this. I think we have to. It's too fucked up, man. Anyway, I digress. Let's save this game. Of course, Edwino Pena, the player of the game. Edward Lepak, 4 for 5 with 2 homers, a triple, 2 ribs, and 3 runs, and Torquato Fajardo also with a 2-dinger game. Yeah, I would like for guys to not have to do janky shit to make it work, though. But Craig's not wrong, but I would prefer that by default the game doesn't act stupid. Game 3's coming on up. Again, we got splits in Atlanta, Toronto, Cali and Vancouver, and Indy and Miami. All right, quickly going to shout out the starters. James and Jimenez for the Braves and Blue Jays. Ooh, Elazar Ramirez and Connor Perry for New York and Memphis. John Sullivan, maybe. And Luis, who the hell is this? Luis Sanchez. Sanchez? It might be that, I don't know. Neil Frizzle and Billy Ott. Wait, wasn't Billy Ott scheduled before? Am I getting baited? Errol Madrano against Brent Steele for the Mariners and Dodgers. Mr. Spinach and Mr. Henage for the Angels and Cascades. Minks and Wilbur, the Royals and White Sox, and Roca and Shoop for the Padres and Cards, respectively. Here we go. Good luck, fellers. Game 3's coming on up. San Diego on the board first. Tony Gerner doubles in Greer and Nee. That's a deadline pickup, I believe. And there's Hadley Smart. Boy, if he's heating up, that's big, big trouble for the White Sox, who are already down 2-0. Kent Neiman singles in Mark Jeska. Seattle strikes first once again. Bass Raton singles in Dave McCleary. They've got second and third and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Going to do some damage early against Mr. Spinach. Bases loaded for Seattle, and the grand salami by Orion Van Court, who I get pinged every time he was on the block by Dustin because he has Van in his name. It's a grand slam, making it 5-0 And that is it. Whoever was starting for LA, I forget, but their day is over already after 2/3 of an inning. That is not what you want to see. Bases loaded for the Cascades here in the bottom of the first, but they can't get it done. They do get one, but I'm sure they would have loved more. Spoiler, they would have. Wow, St. Louis comes right back and ties the game right away. Greg Dawson singles in Hayes and Ho. The rumors of St. Louis being too banged up to do anything are greatly exaggerated. They seem to be having no trouble putting bat on ball. Speaking of bat on ball, Travis Williams with the 2-run shot puts Miami on board first. We got bases loaded for Atlanta in the top of the second. Janes grounds into a double play. It does score a run, though. Oh my god! Ty Moss singles in Galindo. And it is a 3-2 game. You don't see that very often. Ty Moss with a go-ahead run. I know it's only the second, but man, that's got to be a rare sight. Michael Clark singles in Tribble, causing some trouble. Some of you will get that. Jacob Cole with a solo shot makes it 6-0. 3-0, 4-0 now for the Twins. I missed the Caleb Drew solo bolo back in the first. 5-0. We got Alonso doubling into, Everhart singling in, Dodson doubling in. Holy moly, they're just pouring them in. 4 unanswered runs here in the bottom of the second makes it 5-0. As Minnesota looks to stay alive in the series. 7-0 now for Seattle after 2 innings. That doesn't seem very good when Errol Medrano is on the mound. LA in big trouble. Staring down the barrel of a 3-0 series. They can't solve Medrano and solve him quickly. Well, they have the first 2 guys aboard with nobody out. Oh man, Raton got caught stealing at second. Rip the dip. They do put one on the board. Terry Peacock grounds out scoring Warren. Meanwhile, KC scores. Oh, sorry, I missed Rohan Roque doubling in Mitchell for Memphis. Foster singling him and making it 2-0. KC adds 2 here. Dominique singles in Reyna, and then Hadley Smart sacks in Zamano. They are now within 1. Uh-oh, Cesar Solis has left the game with injury for LA. That's the last thing you want to see, is losing guys to injury when you're down 2-0. Meanwhile, Christian Kenville hit a solo shot for Miami, but let's check out this injury for Mr. Solis for the Dodgers. Injured while throwing the ball from third base. Rip the dip. His playoffs are over. Bone spur in the elbow. Not what you want to see. I mean, maybe Craig doesn't care. He's kind of playing with house money a tad here after this morning, but still. Montreal is on the board. Mauricio Lee with a 2-run jack, making it 5-2. Memphis adds one more. Ryan Silva hits a solo shot. 3-0 now for the Blues. Virgil Towns with a solo shot. San Diego adds much needed insurance here in the 5th, up 4-2 now. Echo Warren puts another one on the board for the Dodgers, so 7-2. So slowly but surely the Dodgers are chipping away, but they have a lot more chipping to do. St. Louis just will not give them any breathing room. Cole Thomas with a solo shot to lead off the bottom of the 5th. They're back within 1. Bases loaded for Atlanta in the top of the 4th with 2 away, but they can't get anything cooking here. That game remains tied at 1. The Yankees break the no-hitter that Connor Perry was pitching. But they still trail 3-0, and they're also staring down the barrel of a 3-0 deficit if they don't get something going here. Eric Ho, we talked about him earlier. He ties the game up for St. Louis. Tying it up at 4. Speaking of tied at 4, Yandy Zamano doubles in Aguilar, and KC has come back to tie the game. Boy, they're a feisty little squad as well. Mauricio Lee, with his third RBI of the game, singles in Stratton. Is that Julian Stratton? Might be. Montreal only trailing by 2 now. Miami adding a 5th run here. It's 5-0 in the 6th. Travis Williams having himself a nice little game. Yankees are on the board. A solo shot from Ignacio Mejia makes it 3-1. They're within 2. Larry Tuba singles in Perlo and Wells, as Vancouver goes up 3-0 here in the 7th. And Toronto blows up here in the 5th. Bice, Lippold, and Asawawong. Boy, Mike Asawawong's having a great series for 4 runs, and they, just like that, they are leading 5-1. Bases loaded for Miami in the bottom of the 6th. You gotta hold here if you're Indy, and they do. Oh, Jason, you fucking asshole. You're a dick. Norm Walker with a solo shot. KC takes the lead. It is Julian Stratton, as he sack flies in Dyer to make it 5-4, and the game's tied. Britt Williamson again! The man is clutch as hell. The game is tied at 5 in Minnesota. They were up 5-0, I believe. Oh boy. Josias James had the solo shot. Make it 5-2 for Toronto. Skylar Chara makes it 8-2. Yeah, LA is in a lot of trouble here. Top of the 9th, Yankees 3 outs away from being down 3-0. I don't know who would have predicted that. Brandon Perlo with a solo shot makes it a salami spread in Vancouver. It is a final in Memphis. Connor Perry with the beautiful start. Had a no-hitter going through 5 1/3, I want to say. Uh-oh, we've got an injury in California. Tanner Berg has left the game with an injury. Let's take a look. A reliever, Tanner Berg, injured while pitching the ball. Survey says he's got a tender shoulder. Minimal throwing. Could probably pitch the guy, but... Alright, we carry on. Game all tied up at 4 in St. Louis. Fuck you, Jason! Johnny Hornsaurus breaks the no-hitter that Carson Hennig had going. The solo shot, making it 4-1. But Hennig had 7 2/3 no-hit ball. Till somebody opened their fat mouth in Slack. I will never forget this. I'm just kidding. It's bound to happen. I don't care as long as I get a win here. Might be the first time we are leading in a wild card series in 4 seasons, and I shouldn't have even said that. The game's not even fucking over yet. Meanwhile, not over, by the way, is Minnesota's season if they can hold on to this 6-5 lead that they pulled out here with Santo Alonso's solo home run. Sam Collar with a 3-run shot. It's 8-0 for Miami. Okay, a 3-run dinger from Asher Wirtz, making it 7-1. That's probably going to be enough for Vancouver to hold on for this gem of a game from Hennig. Does he stay in to complete the game? Spoiler alert, we all know he's going to get taken out with 8 2/3. That's how this game's work. Luciano Pettit in the top of the 9th. Holy fuck. Pettit doubles in Crow Trottier in the top of the 9th. The Padres need this game, and they need it bad. And they take a late 1-run lead. They might add more, first and second with 2 down here. They do not. Meanwhile, the White Sox tie it in the bottom of the 5th. Oh my god, we got injuries. Hold on. Dave Ramsey singles in Noah Powell to tie the game in the bottom of the 8th. We're tied in the 9th in that game. Penryn gets on the board for Indy. Not really consequence. Lawrence Dagley leaves the game with an injury for KC. I think he's one of their better pitchers, unfortunately. Survey on Dagley says he's got a little blister. For 2 days, he'll be fine. Alright, we carry on. Here we go. Bottom of the ninth. St. Louis trailing by 1. Bases loaded for Indy. They might do some damage here. You never know. San Diego needs this one pretty badly. A double play scores a run, but that is a rally killer if I've ever seen one. It's a final in Vancouver. Finished with a beautiful 8 innings pitched game. Tying runs on the base paths for St. Louis. Meanwhile, Fuka May hits the top of the ninth 2-run homer to make it 1 run, but the Jays hold on. Tying run at second for St. Louis. Eric Hose at the dish. Walks the bases loaded. Fahey falling apart again. Oh my God! I think that's the second game Bill Fahey has cost the Padres this postseason. And St. Louis goes up 3-0. The 7 seed battered and bruised St. Louis Cardinals are up 3-0. Meanwhile, Montreal again comes from behind. You gotta be shitting me. Ricky Sitzma-Face hits a 2-run jack in the top of the ninth. The Minnesota bullpen has been atrocious. Bottom of the ninth, Minnesota staring down the barrel of a 3-0. 1 out. The sim is the same speed as always, buddy. If you don't like it, you can sim it. Tying run at second base with 2 down. Connor Pla comes into the game to pinch hit against Nate Southard. And can't get the job done. Montreal comes from behind again. And they're up 3-0. Oh my goodness. I missed the White Sox walking it off! Maverick Tullos with a 2-run bomb! And the White Sox stay alive. Well, they weren't in danger, but they were going to be down 3-0 as well. That is a massive, massive W for the White Sox. Jacob Cole, Henage, and Mauricio Lee, your players of the game. Oh, shit! Sorry, I didn't have the, Sorry, guys, I fucking had the... Oh, no, I'm dumb, never mind. I know you're mad, JP, but the sim is always this slow. We must savor all the... I couldn't keep up if it was any faster. I really couldn't, so... When we get to the next rounds, I start at 40 and then slow to 20 near the end of the games if they're close, but... Always got to do the wild card round on 20 speed, my man. Alright, let's take a quick stock here. Toronto's up 2-1. Uh-oh. Memphis up 3-0. Montreal up 3-0. Miami. So, wait. Is this... Montreal's the only top seed or higher seed, quote-unquote, who's up, right? Memphis is 5. This is 5-4, but still. Toronto's up 2-1. And Miami, this is 7-2, right? 7 seed. Oh, man. Seattle's up. Vancouver's up 2-1. That's 5-4. KC's up 2-1. St. Louis up 3-0. Crazy. Here we go. Game 4. Game 4. Quickly going to call up the starters. Smart and Zenz for the Braves and Blue Jays. Caleb Hodgin versus Mark Masterson. Yanks and Blues. Expos and Twins are putting out Deffenbaugh and Brink. Ignition and Marlin, Mazzella, and Kerwick. Seattle sending Dylan Becker, looking to finish off the Dodgers. They're sending out Jordan Dozier. Ambler Bateman, against Caden Eklund for the Angels and Cascades. Royals and White Sox sending Kaufman and Hullett. And finally looking to save the San Diego season is Blaze Wilson against Ray Bernard. Alright, off we go. Good luck, fellas. Last game of the day. Are we going to have any bonks? 1, 2, 3, 4 games at 3-0. I think there's a decent chance we might be bonking someone off the board. Find out. Well, that's not a good start for the Twins. Edward Leapak with a single scores Julian Stratton. They're up 1-0 right away. First team on board for California But they don't get anything here in the top of the first. Another run for Montreal. Britt Williamson. What a series Britt Williamson had. Easy MVP in that series, no doubt. If Montreal should win it today. Bases, runners on the corners for Vancouver. Vancouver here in the bottom of the first with Larry Tuba up. Guys for Charlton steals second, taking the double play out. A wild pitch scores a run, and then Larry Tuba hits home the other two with a not a solo blast, with a bomb. Vancouver up 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. White Sox, they had a huge walk-off win for Maverick Talos yesterday. We'll see if that kick-started them into gear. They need this game as well to make it a best of 3. And Logan McKinney hits a solo shot to start off for them, which is what I was leading to. Todd Kramer singles in Bolero Aguilar. Indianapolis on the board first. As Galindo doubles in prior, San Diego backs against the wall. They do strike first this time, but we've seen this before. We've seen San Diego go up, and St. Louis just will not let them get any kind of gap. Amadeo Ibarra, he's had a nice little series from Memphis. They doubles in Foster. That puts the Yankees in the danger zone along with the Twins here. Billy Plato with a solo shot, second run of the game for the White Sox. I missed the Atlanta run. Mertens doubled in Fuka May, but Toronto just tied it up. Nicky Alvarez doubled in. Mike Asawawong, he's had a heck of a series for Toronto. Montreal is on the board. Long White, who was injured early in the series, looks like he's healthy enough to hit a double. Scored Jody Ortiz, who's had a heck of a series. And there's another one. Alonso singles in, tying the game at 1, getting them out of the danger zone. Miami ties their game up. Ivory Herring with a single scores Michael Clark. Man, he's scored a lot in this series. Atlanta takes the lead in the top of the third here. Wes Marquez singles in Billy Scheimer. First time we've seen his name in the scoring updates here. Sure, D. Rich would love to see more of his name cross that line. First and second here for the Yankees with only one down. They need an inning here. Frank Frickett strikes out for 2 outs. Mejia, probably their best hitter this series, up to the plate. But he flies out. Those are the corners in the top of the fourth with only one down for Indy. Bases jacked and stacked for LA here in the bottom of the fourth with one down. Second and third for Cali in the top of the fourth with only one down. Todd Kramer. And Cali comes back to tie the game and take the lead. Yeah, Caden Eklund sucks. Hornhurst doubles in Phillips and Lang. Spencer singles in Hornhurst, and then Luke Story sacks in Spencer. And a 4-run inning will flip the script in Vancouver. Bases loaded for Minnesota in the top of the fourth. I'm sure they would love a huge hit here. A wild pitch will do the trick, though. They go up 3-2. St. Louis with a single from Lorenzo Sanchez scores Atkinson. That game is tied back up at 1. A wild pitch makes it 4-2. Make it 6-2. Minnesota with 4 unanswered runs here. They're not even done. They still have a man on second with 2 down. This is just what the doctor ordered for the Twinkies. 7-2. Santo Alonso's having a heck of a game, I believe. LA strikes first. Christian Letourneau. Oh, we're into the bullpen in my game. GG. Nicky Alvarez ties the game in Toronto with a solo shot. Sorry, God, I keep saying that. With a sac fly. Scoring Simon. That game's tied up at 2. They have runners in the corners, but 2 down. And Chiaweni breaks the tie in the top of the 6th for San Diego. So many times San Diego is pulled away by 1, pulled away by 2, and St. Louis just hangs with them. Wild pitch puts Toronto ahead. Oh, a 2-run shot from Wickman will flip the script once again in Vancouver. They're now up 5-4. Both teams into the bullpen. Could get interesting. The Rocket, Norman Visser, back playing for the Twins with a solo shot. 8-2. Twins up 6. Is that enough? Keep them alive. Yankees still the only team in the danger zone here. Excuse me. I missed Seattle going ahead. How'd that happen? Where was that? Must have been all the way back here. No, what? Where the fuck is this? Oh, here it is. Tushoff doubled in Jeska and Cole. Just like that, LA now facing elimination. Oh my God, they're doing it again. St. Louis with a double, 2 doubles, and they're now up 1 run again. They just will never let the Padres have a run that breathes. Meanwhile, KC, 3 runs in the top of the 6th. From Sexton, Clemente Simpson with a solo shot, and then Eric Gaiman with a solo shot. 3-2. Now the White Sox. Oh no, they're not. They won last game. Never mind. Drury Robinson ties the game in Vancouver. He singles in Spencer, tied at 5. Speaking of ties, LA ties their game up as well. First 2-minute board here for Vancouver in the bottom of the 6th. Yankees have 6 outs remaining in their season. Wow, nothing cooking for Vancouver with first and second and none away. I'm not mad, you're mad. We go to the top of the 8th. San Diego and New York, both in the top of the 8th, both with 6 outs remaining in their season. Something's got to give here. There's the go-ahead run on first base for... Oh, but a double play by Courtney Wilson erases it. A 2-run bomb from Matt Weber puts the Dodgers up late here in the 7th. Meanwhile, California with 2 runs here in the top of the 7th puts them up 7-5. River Grote! Wow, we haven't seen that name in a while, but he doubles in Ray and Parado. And the White Sox flip it over, and they now lead by 1. They still have runners on first and second with only 1 away. Pan Sienna ties the game in Toronto with a solo shot. St. Louis, they do it again! Oh, man. The late runs for St. Louis. We're to the top of the 9th. Both the Yankees and the Padres trailing by 2. They're down to their final 3 outs. Which team will officially... Welcome to the playoffs. Which team will officially be bonked first? Tying run comes to the plate for San Diego. They have a runner at second. It's Pettit. He pops out for the first out. Final out for the Yankees. It's Prank Frickett. Meanwhile, a 2-run bomb for Bo Koss for Vancouver ties the game. San Diego! Pryor singles in score Joe Crottier. The Yankees are eliminated. The Padres are eliminated. Officially, the Yankees were eliminated first. My. So we are bonking the 4 seed in the East and the 2 seed in the West. 99 wins. can't buy a dub in the postseason. Feels very bad. We've got an injury, though, for Miami, who's hanging on to a 4-3 lead here in the 9th. Runners on the corners with 2 down, and we've got an injury to Casey Cherry that we've got to look at first. The center fielder was injured while throwing the ball. Survey says he's got forearm soreness. He will be completely fine. Let's get back to the games here. LA stays alive. Minnesota stays alive. San Diego's gone. The Yanks are gone. We're in the bottom of the 8th in Toronto, tied at 3. We're in the bottom of the 8th in the White Sox, up by 1. Top of the 8th, tied at 7 in Vancouver. And top of the 9th, Indianapolis down to their final out, 1st and 3rd. And they go down. So that series is now essentially a best of 3. I love that GIF so much. That's fucking great. Alright. We're into the top of the 9th. KC down to their final out before this is a best of 3 as well. California has 1st and 2nd with 2 down. Looking to go ahead late. They cannot. It's a final in Chicago. Both home teams have won all 4 games. That one's going to be a best of 3. Bottom of the 9th, tied at 3 in Toronto. Have a chance to go up 3-1 against the Braves. The 8th seed Blue Jays, by the way. Oh, no! Graham O'Neill with a leadoff double, but then he leaves the game with an injury. He was so hot for me, man. No, not like this. Survey says he's got a sore ankle. Yeah, he'll be fine. Back to the game. Go ahead, run sits at 2nd for the Cascades. Looks like Bernal in. Gets the first 2 guys out. Got to face Larry Tuba now. And he gets him to fly out. So we're to the 9th. The go-ahead run was on first for a second there for Toronto. But Axel Rosales, you sure have it out for me, buddy. Scroll up. I added the channel with the stream link, my guy. Boy, you are grasping at straws, my dude. You have nobody to blame but yourself. Skill issue. 1st and 2nd here for Atlanta. In the top of the 10th, nothing for Cali in the top of the 9th, so Vancouver has a chance to walk it off. Wickman, who has a homer today. Bases jacked now. An error! An error allows Siena to score, and Atlanta takes the lead 4-3. There's the winning run. Bokos gets hit by a pitch. A double play! Damn it. Bottom of the 10th, Atlanta holding on to a 1-run lead. Leadoff man aboard the top of the 10th for Cali. Not like this. Jaden Bice walks. That's the tying run. Atlas Alvarado at the plate. He walks. The winning run's at the plate now. It's Sid Lippold. He strikes out swinging. Brings up Tony Simon. Timothy Simon, sorry. He pops out. Asawa Wong. He's 3 for 4. He's had a great series. He walks, the bases loaded for Mindy Perez. The longtime Blue Jays catcher. He's had some big hits in the postseason before. He does the job! And Vancouver walks it off too. The light hitting Francis Moreland with a solo shot. He's in as a defensive replacement. Disgusting. The game is tied in Toronto. They will not let the Braves breathe here. We go to the 11th. Quickly 2 outs here for the Braves. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Arturo Frank, I believe, is who's pitching. Yes, sir. He gave it up last inning and remains the game. 3 walks last inning. How do you keep this guy in the game? There's a leadoff single, a sacrifice, a ground out. Runner sits at third, but 2 away for Navarrete. He flies out. We go to the 12th inning. Luke Bogosian continues to pitch for Toronto. Gets Alvarez to line out. Here's Wes Marquez. He flies out. Fukume only 1 for 5 on the day. Another 1-2-3 inning for Bogosian. Back to Arturo Frank. Alvarado to lead things off. The meat of the order, I believe. Gets Alvarado to ground out. Sid Lippold 0 for 5 today. He walks. The winning run is on the base paths. Timothy Simon also 0 for 4. He flies out. Asawa Wong. He walked his last time up. He grounds out. We go to the 13th inning. Quickly, 2 outs again for Bogosian. Another 1-2-3 inning. Luke Bogosian with 3 1-2-3 innings. Looking to send his team to Atlanta up 3-1. Arturo Frank still in the game. A leadoff double from Perez again. He tied the game. Now a leadoff double. Nicky Alvarez will probably see a sacrifice here, I hope. What happened? What? They threw him out at third. Connor Thomas doubles, now second and third with only 1 down. Sprout into the game for Axel Rosales. He is 0 for 2. Gets him to pop out. Pinch hitter Bobby Bice. What was Bendy Perez doing running to third on that play, man? Oh my god, the base running. The base running gaffes. We go to the 14th. Oh, Axel Rosales left the game with an injury. We've got to check that out. Injury. Axel Rosales was injured on a defensive play. He's got a bruised neck. A bruised neck. Jesus Christ. Out of this game, unfortunately, but it looks like he'll probably be fine in play. There is the first hit for Atlanta in 4 innings. It's not a hit, sorry. It's a Scott Hill walk for Panciano. He was 4 for 5 with a homer, but he hits into an inning-ending double play. Atlas Alvarado to lead off again against Marty Sprout. No, it's not Marty, is it? Yeah, it is Marty Sprout. Grounds out. Lippold again. He singles. There's the winning run on the base path again for the Jays. Simon strikes out. That brings up Asawa Wong again. He flies out. We go to the 15th inning. Oh boy. Bullpen's getting taxed here. Last thing you want in a playoff series. Oh boy. McCronin hits Eric Alvarez to lead off the 15th. Surely that won't come back to bite him. Wes Marquez with a 2-run shot. That could have been a solo bolo. Oh my, and then the pitcher comes in, he plunks Alvarez, gives up a homer, leaves a game with an injury. That's like the anti-Gordie Howe hat trick. Looks like he herniated his disc. Probably herniated from twisting around looking at that home run that Wes Marquez hit off him. So Atlanta now up 6-4. Still only 1 down. Mike Banda into the game now. Sorry, Mikey Banda. Alright, we go to the bottom of 15th. Mandy Perez. That base running gaff might have cost his team a dub. Hard to say. He grounds out. Nicky Alvarez singles. Tying run at the plate is Connor Thomas. He strikes out. Golson, the last chance here for the Jays, excuse me. And he can't get the job done. So Atlanta comes from behind in extras. Make that a best of 3. I'll save it on Game 5. Masterson, Pan-Sienna, Edward Lepak. Let's look. Okay, let's finish today first. What is this shit? Alright, let's. Alright. Let's take a look at Torquato Fajardo, your MVP for the Memphis Blues in their sweep of the New York Yankees. Did not see that one coming. And St. Louis, Cole Thomas. What? Center fielder Cole Thomas is your wild card MVP. You love to see it. Teams beat the fuck up, and this guy just steps up. Next man up, right? We should be one game away from Game 5. All right, there we go. And then we will finish it off right here. So a best of 3 in this 1-8 series. Expos up 3-1. Miami up 3-1. Best of 3 over here. And the Mariners and Cascades, both Northwest teams, up 3-1. That'll do it, kids. We'll go tomorrow a little bit later just to give everyone time. Probably like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 Eastern just to give people time to... we'll go 2. That's noon my time, so that's lots of time for everybody to get their exports in, I hope. But yeah, that'll do her, and we'll see you fellers tomorrow. As always, ping me when you export. Okay, bye!